The last game was kind of weird, man. Not really sure what the hell happened. Didn't even get one run in. So I had a goose egg on the board when it was all said and done. And got no run support for Eckersley, who started that game. So Jack McDowell is taking the hill for the squad in this one, going up against King Felix. And the squad needs to bounce back in this game, man, because I think I had around 8 or 9 hits in the previous game, but no runs to show for it. You can't be doing that on a daily basis. But you know, man, all these players, Eddie Matthews, Ripken, they're not going to be held off the board for long, and they were held off the board in the previous game. I think Ripken and Eddie Matthews were 0 for 4. But I think Coco Crisp and Jan Gomes were 1 for 4. I think Crisp got a single and Jan Gomes got a double. And that's pretty much the opposite of what I expected to happen. I mean, I would have expected that Ripken and Eddie Matthews would have gone out there and just destroyed the cover off. They would have been destroying every ball that was coming their way pretty much. And then Coco Crisp and Jan Gomes would have taken me some time to get going. Not really sure why I thought that would have been the case, but I would have figured that Ripken and Eddie Matthews would have been the ones who got the bats going immediately, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But I was making some solid swings in that game with Ripken and Eddie Matthews, I think. I almost hit the game-tying home run in the 8th inning in the previous game too. So, I mean, that could have been some epic-ass shit going down in the debut game, but wasn't able to get anything out of Eddie Matthews, so he's going to be bouncing back, man. You know, such a beast card isn't going to be held off the board. It's not going to. There's no chance in hell that Eddie Matthews will be held off the board for a long period of time. So Jack McDowell was on the mound in this game, like I said, and I was saying too when I showed his stats that this could possibly be an effective pitcher to use if you can get someone chasing those sliders down, possibly out of the strike zone, even if you just leave them at the low and in or something against righties, then possibly get them to just hit weak ground balls or something. But 90 break on somebody with a splitter would be all right, you would think. I mean, he's not going to be throwing triple digits or anything. I think his velocity is only around, 60 something? So it's definitely, he's definitely going to be reaching 92, 93 if he's lucky. So I am able to get Adrian Beltre to ground into the double play right there, so that's good. This guy did get the leadoff single with Rizzo, so now Michael Brantley is up for this guy. This is just the live series Brantley, who still is a good card if you ask me. He is sending one to right field, and I don't even know why, man. Just these games, everyone knows what I'm saying when I say this, that just some games you go out there and your opponent will just be making good swings, and you'll just be saying, I need to take my starter out because I feel like a tornado is going to occur in this game or something. So I think after this inning, I was just thinking whether or not I should leave McDowell in. I mean, I don't know why the hell I was even thinking that, because I need those wins. I need those strikeouts with Rayco pitcher so I can get that Doug Drabeck program done. But that was the case, man. For some reason, I just was very hesitant on whether or not I wanted to leave McDowell in this game. I think I was going into this next inning saying if he was going to get another base hit or something, I would be taking him out, because I could still get some strikeouts with Cishek and John Axford, even though I've been using Axford way too much over the past couple of games. He's pretty much gassed up until this point, so it's going to have to be Cishek for the most part, but I am cashing in a run. So that's what I needed, man. I could imagine if I was held off the board, had a donut 2 games in a row, first 2 games that I played with this squad, man, that would have been hilarious. But this guy's able to get another single, too, so this is what I was saying. If he was going to get a couple more base hits or something, I would most likely be going to the bench, and I did. So, to be looking back on this, I definitely should not have done this, man. I should have left McDowell in because, yes, I do need those wins with starting breakout pitchers. And I guess I wasn't even doing that bad, but I don't know. It seemed like every single time this guy was putting something in play, it was hard hit. And, yeah, I didn't really show every single time he was out, obviously, but he was making very good swings. So I was just sitting there thinking, man, I feel like one inning would roll around where this guy was just going off and I wouldn't be able to make my way back or something. But Granderson wasn't able to get a fucking something clutch done. Like, what's going on when Granderson can't get anything going when he comes off the bench? But Ripken is able to get a base hit with 2 down, so now Griffey is in, and he is sending one deep. That one is staying fair. It goes right off the foul pole, so I'm getting some runs early on in this game, man, which is exactly what I needed to happen. So let's go, Eddie. Let's go, man. Eddie Matthews needs to do something. He was held off the board, like I was saying in the debut game, but he is slapping a single right through the third baseman and the shortstop. So this is what I'm saying, man. Eddie Matthews needed to get at least something going with him in the first couple of games. Didn't want to go, 3 or 4 games with him going 0 for 4, 0 for 5 or something, I would have been panicking. I would have been like, damn, 99 overall diamond, can't get the job done or something. But Eddie Matthews does get the single. Arenado gets the single as well. And then Coco Crisp. What the heck? Where did this come from? That was a late swing on a curveball down in the strike zone, and Coco Crisp sends one deep, man. Like, he doesn't even have any power, barely. So Coco Crisp apparently has that underrated power. He sends one opposite field, and then this is when all hell is going to break loose. You would figure Lindor gets a base hit. You know, when Lindor is getting base hits, anything can happen in these games. Yan Gomes is also getting another base hit too. So Yan Gomes is doing all right off the bat, man. I honest to God, I was just going into every single at-bat that Yan Gomes had, saying, I'm just probably going to swing and miss at 3 straight pitches, and I'll be walking right back to the dugout, man. But he has came to play. Yan Gomes has came to play in the first couple games I play with him so far. I'm not even going to lie. So this guy, I did walk the first guy coming to the plate in this inning, and he got a base hit. So luckily he wasn't able to cash in any runs. Cishek is in, like I was saying, need to use these breakout pitchers. Cishek would have been the option out of the pen. And Ripken is stepping up to the plate too, and he's also getting a single right there. So this is what I need, man. All the new additions are cashing in. They're getting something going. Griffey with the 2-run shot in the previous at bat, looking to send one deep yet again, but kind of getting jammed on that slider on the inside part of the plate. So that's an easy grab for his right fielder. So now Eddie Matthews is back up. He's 1 for 2. Coming into this at-bat. So Eddie Matthews, man, I was looking to send something deep, man. I wanted to get something going in a big way with Eddie Matthews in the first couple of games, but unfortunately, I don't know why the hell I did that. I was sitting on something. I was legitimately sitting on something up and in, and then he gave me something, and I swing late on it, so wasn't able to get anything in Eddie Matthews' third at-bat, but still going to have a couple more at-bats in this game, I figure. Look at Coco Crisp, man. That's his 3rd base hit of this game already. So I'm pretty sure this was the case in 16 when I used him. He was pretty much a base hit machine. He got a home run from time to time too. So this is pretty much continuing where he left off in 16. He gets another base hit up the gut, so he's 3 for 3. Yan Gomes wasn't able to get another base hit in his third at bat. So I still am up. I'm not even gonna say I'm up fairly big anymore in these games, man, because honest to God, no lead is safe. And I always say that in every single video too. I always come so close to saying that I'm up big, or my opponent is up big. There's no such thing as being up big in this game. From what I've been seeing, at least, no such thing. So Cishek is still in. I was going to try and use him until he was just completely gassed, and he had legit no energy. So he did do an alright job out of the pen, man. This guy was making some solid swings still, but right at people and shit. But Axford was in because I did go to pinch hitter, I'm pretty sure, again, and yikes. What the hell am I even thinking, throwing a fastball up in the strike zone? First pitch of the inning, I think that was the first pitch that Axford even threw, is a high fastball to Beltray, and he sends one deep, so that's all right, man. Still up 5 runs in this game. Shouldn't be too much of a problem because we are getting kind of late. It's the top of the 7th inning, so 2 batters later, Gary Sanchez delivers. This is exactly what I'm saying, that no lead is safe. So, Jesus, man, this game went from being a possible blowout to a good game brewing. And then he's able to get somebody else on base, too. So now Daniel Murphy is in. Andrew Miller is out of the pen. And he's cashing in with another single. So this is looking like it's going to get very, very interesting. But this guy is making a crucial mistake. Obviously, he's trying to get somebody in scoring position. But at that point in time, man, I just had a huge rally going on. I would have just left that runner on first base and then just, tested my luck trying to hit a 2-run shot or something to tie the game up. But this guy is able to get 4 runs back. I mean, yeah, went from being a possible blowout to a very good game going on. So Griffey gets another single to left field. And now Eddie Matthews in, man. This would be a perfect time for Eddie Matthews to get the first home run on the squad so far. But next pitch, he's sending one pretty much to the exact same spot 2 at-bats ago. So this is the second base hit for Eddie Matthews in this game. So Arenado is up next. First pitch swinging, and look at Arenado, dude. Can you even be surprised anymore? Arenado is finding the gap. Griffey is scoring, but did not want to test that with Eddie Matthews with that 50-something speed. I mean, that probably maybe would have been a close play. Not really sure. He probably would have gunned me out, actually, thinking about it now. But it doesn't matter because Lindor is shooting one down the first base line that is cashing in too. So, I was kind of getting scared a little bit in this game. This guy was making a comeback, and now I go up 5 runs in this game too. So Yan Gomes is up next, and he is just grounded into the the double play. So, I mean, it's all right, man. Got a bunch of runs back. I am up by 5 again. This was turned into a hitting frenzy at some point. Or at a certain point in this game, this was just turned into a hitting frenzy for the squad. I mean, the last game, like I was saying, I needed to get the offense going with a donut on the board when it was all said and done. Needed to get something going from the offense in this game. Andrew Miller is still in because I think he would have been leading off the next inning, so I just wanted to see if I could get through this inning without wasting somebody out of the pen. So even though I was up 5 runs, still wanted to go to the bench in the next inning, but that's a miracle, dude. That's honest to God a miracle. A check swing for my opponent gets called a swing. Wow, that's crazy. And then look at Lorenzo Cain, man. Lorenzo Cain is off the bench, and he's getting a solo shot opposite field, too. That was actually a late swing. Not even really sure how that left the yard. And then Brantley, this was just turning into craziness, man. Every single ball I was putting in play was landing. I really haven't had much of these games over the... I think I had a game like this a couple games ago, but really, man, like, not really... Sometimes you play people, every single thing they'll be putting in play will be a base hit, and this is exactly what it was turning into at this point, man. Eddie Matthews gets a base hit, so that's his 3rd base hit of this game, so this is a good bounce-back game for Eddie Matthews, dude. This is exactly what I needed. Arenado was up next, but he's not able to get a base hit, though. It's all right, though, man. Still have a pretty... Can you believe that? I was just going to say I still have a pretty big lead. But it's 11-4 now in, what, the fucking 9th inning? So I guess it would be safe to say it's a pretty big lead. So maybe to get the first guy swinging. So now with 1 down, Alcides Escobar is up. Ground ball to Ripken. You know he's going to throw him out with that amazing arm. So that is out number 2. So this guy is pretty much, you know, he's probably packing it in. Gary Sanchez, the Sanchez is up. Already had the 2-run shot early on in this game. So I was hoping he wasn't going to do that. Possibly get the biggest rally ever started, but able to get Gary Sanchez to fly out in foul territory. Coco Crisp gets player of the game. He was 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a stolen bag too, so he did have a very good game. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up. Hope everybody has enjoyed all these new additions on the squad. I will see everybody in the next video.